Hello and welcome to the show. Happy Monday, everybody. It's Aristotle Full Throttle. If you're just tuning in for the first time you've ever tuned into a podcast, well, welcome. You have ears, and it's 2022. Welcome to the modern world where we just listen to people talk for an hour, because what else is there to do? I'm excited to be here every day at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Today, they're going through the hearings for Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson, who is going to be the first black female justice on the Supreme Court. Isn't that awesome? If you don't think that's awesome, we don't agree. And when we don't agree, you know what? Someone has to get canceled. There's no disagreeing. There's no disagreeing in today's world. So what I'm saying is, isn't it funky? Isn't it fun? Isn't it great that, that a black woman gets to be on the Supreme Court for the first time ever? We're only a 242-year-old, 46-year-old country or whatever. Only 250 years almost. And I don't know. People are like, well, race and gender shouldn't be the first thing that you decide for justice. Well, it's like, okay, well, every single justice before Thurgood Marshall was a white dude. Every single one ever was a white dude. I read some statistic today that like 71% of judges and justices and all sorts of people in the judiciary across the United States, 71% are white dudes, or white people. 71%. As opposed to there's like 61% white people in the country. I don't know. These are just numbers I'm throwing at you. The top 1% of the bottom 3% is the top 0%. And it's a travesty of justice. I kind of combined my Bernie Sanders and my Dr. Fauci. Did you guys get your Fauci-ouchie? Guys, I'm going to play you a song. First of all, I'm going to play you a song. Let me just say, if you're just tuning in to Aristotle Full Throttle, I want to play you a very beautiful song. But I'm not going to play you the original version. I'm going to play you a cover. By the Great Disturbed. This is The Sounds of Silence. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Thank you. It's beautiful. They're a great band. No, well, to some people. I'll tell you this much. Disturbed is a band. I was on a show last night. It was fun. I was on my friend Greg Benson's show. He has a show called Bad Movies Live on his channel, Mediocre Films. If you guys watched it, hopefully you had a lot of fun with us. I ate popcorn the whole time. We were watching a movie. I forgot what it's called. It's called Homebodies, I think. And it was about these old people. I don't know if you could say old anymore, but it was about these older folks. It was about these advanced, aged Americans. I don't know if old is because one man's old is another. The future's middle-aged young. You know? At some point, I've outlived most humans at this point in my life. Most humans don't make it to my age, 27. They don't get this old. So, you know, especially rock stars. They usually just, that's a wrap on rock and roll. It's 27. So I'm just saying, we were watching this movie, and I don't know if you could say old people anymore. Can you say old people? If you're out there and you wonder if you're trying to be politically correct, if you're trying not to hurt anyone's feelings, are you allowed to say old people? I'm just checking in. Just checking in with the world. If old people is old people still a thing? Older folks. Folks of advanced age, mature Americans. Well, how would you say that? How would you say death adjacent folks? Would that work? I feel like that gives a distinguished quality. I don't know. How about that? Well, I'm excited that there's going to be the first black woman justice on the Supreme Court. That is some good news. People are going to be like, why are you just going to pick? Because it's been long enough, okay? At some point, you just got to pick. If it's well, we shouldn't base everything on race. It's like, well, we did before, so let's just counteract it a little bit. A lot of people think that the job should always go to the most qualified, they say. I've been told I lost an apartment because the person looked at me and they said, well, we have to give this apartment to the person who's most qualified for the apartment. And I was like, show me on my application where I'm not qualified. I even met with the manager of that building, and then she said, I really like you. I'm going to put the good word in for you. I met with the person who lived in the apartment that I wanted. She said, I really like you. I'm going to put the good word in for you. I sent my application in with a picture of my driver's license, and they said, well, it really has to go to the most qualified. I've actually been told, point blank, I'm told, well, we're going to give this apartment to a white girl because they're cleaner than guys. I've been told that, actually. Like, by the landlord. I don't know if that qualifies as discrimination, but it seems like the definition of discrimination. So I'm saying the court, being dominated by white dudes for 246 years or however long since the inception of the Supreme Court 200 years ago, you know, at some point you just got to be like, okay, we're putting a black woman in there. We're just doing it because it's got to be done at some point. That's like the Oscars. Every year the Oscars, they have to now, in order to be considered for an Oscar, your movie has to have 60% minority cast and crew. Something like that. So now, there's lots of token roles for people like me. People like me, who you might have noticed was on the Goldbergs last week, and I said my line. I said a line, and I got bleeped. I was very happy about that. I was actually very proud of being bleeped on network television owned by the Big Mouse. I thought that was pretty fun. But, you know, now I get to be all kinds of diverse roles, you know, like street hustler. So anyway, you guys like King Crimson? I got my guitar plugged. Oh, that's so loud. How about that? I got my guitar plugged in. Also, the subtitle of today's show is something like "How Not to Give Up." You know, how to succeed. How to succeed. Aristotle Full Throttle's lesson on how to succeed. Don't give up. See you next time. Aristotle Full Throttle's lesson on acting. Acting 101, Aristotle Full Throttle class. Ready, everybody? Get out your pencils and papers, then throw them in the garbage, because here's what you do. Pretend it's real. Class adjourned. That's, I think a lot of actors, now that I'm a professional actor, they're very, very self-congratulatory. They're like, I've done a good thing by pretending. I pretended it was real the whole time. And every time they said action, I pretended this is real. And then after that, I went and ate lunch. And then I came back from lunch and I got back into my costume. And then they said action. And then I was like, pretending some more. And then, acting. And then on the red carpet, the actors, they're asked, so when you was acting in that movie, I thought that was good. What did you think? That was very brave of you. And then the actor's like, yes, I took on this role where I was pretending. And I just think it takes a lot of guts to pretend professionally about things. It's like, when they tell you to stand here, I'm going to stand there. And when they give me words to say, I will say those words. That's very brave of you. You're very brave. So I'm not perfectly in tune. Who cares? I'm playing this riff to summon someone, just like Beetlejuice would be summoned. Who likes rock and roll? You? Steve? Oh, man. So I say, thank you for stumbling into the room with me. And, the Oscars are this Sunday. I haven't watched a single movie except for Spider-Man last year. I think Spider-Man's the only movie I really watched last year. Dune. Is Dune nominated for Best Picture? I think it might be nominated for Best Picture. That was the Best Picture photograph I've ever seen. Actually, it looked really cool. That's a song by Crowded House. You guys remember Crowded House now? Nobody remembers Crowded House. Just me? Let's listen to some distortion. Yeah, welcome to the Aristotle. I'm Ricky Beats. I'm Ricky Beats. There's a dude named Rick Beato on the internet, and I'll be the next Rick Beato. Hey, Rick Beato, watch out. It's Aristotle Beato, Full Throttle. Rick Beato is great. I actually watch a lot of his videos. He's a talented engineer, I think. And what happens is he's very musically inclined, and he likes to talk about songs that were hits and famous songs like you might remember that. That's Bruce Springsteen. He remembers, like, he'll play you a song and be like, why is this song great? Let me tell you why this song is great. Because they go like this. And then, let me tell you why this song is great, because then they go like this. And then, they go back to this. The song is great. Thank you for the 1 million views. I'm going to go buy ice cream for everybody. You know what I mean? Let me see. Yeah. think that's an Incubus song. I think that's a Hubabus song, an Incustank song. Do you guys like ice cream? What's your favorite ice cream? Mine is Hunka Hulka Burnin' Love. That's a really good one. Also, I was talking about, maybe if I go back to talking about the justice system, people will perk up. I would say that Ketanji Brown Jackson is just as qualified as any one of those. Look, if Clarence Thomas can do it, if Justice Brett can do it, come on, man. Get out of here with that. Here's a study they do often. They repeat the study often. They take a resume, anybody's resume. This is just actually proves that there's discrimination currently to this, even now, even currently to this day. For instance, I think Harvard University does this study. They'll send out an application with a traditionally European American sounding name, like Emily, like Christina. I don't know. That sounds more Italian. They might be like, oh, well, that's too ethnic. But then they'll take a name like, say, Ketanji Brown Jackson, which sounds like not a white person's name. But the resume is the exact same resume. It is word for word. Everything is the same except for the name at the top of the resume. So if the resume says Emily at the top versus Ketanji at the top, the resume that says Emily at the top gets like twice as many callbacks. And there's no difference. There's no difference in the resume. It's just people's perceptions and their biases and their, racisms. Remember this one? Was it a... I forget how to play it. So I'm not going to play it. I'll just keep playing you this. Hello, darkness, my... Thank you. The song by Disturbed, Down with the Sickness, you might know it. If you know it, just think about it in your head. Don't go on Spotify if you don't know it. Just trust me. The guy says this. He says, get something to get down with the sickness. And he says, get down with the sickness. And there's a thematic structure to this song. Now, go with me on this. The song Down with the Sickness, David Draymond, the singer of listen, it's a band called Disturbed, right? He not only sings about being down with the sickness, right? Half the song he spends clearing his throat. The guy is sick. He's sick. He's saying, I am down with the sickness. Also, I have bronchitis, clearly. I have some kind of brachial irritation. Something is going on with my throat. I have postnasal drip. My name is David Draymond. Listen, if Rick Beato's got a show with 2.15 million followers, feel free to subscribe to my show. Let me tell you why this song is great. It's a song by the great band Tool. The song's called Rosetta Stoned. I'm kidding. It's a great... there's a song, actually, by that band. Let me turn off the reverb, because it's making it muddy. I want, like, a real... Ooh! I'm picking up signals from Mars. I don't like the way that sounds. I think that song is cool because it goes like this. You know what makes that song great? When it goes... I'm in E. That's why it doesn't sound right. That sounds much better. I'm just gonna keep playing this song until you get tired of it. Until there are no viewers. Let me just tell you why this song is great. Because Adam Jones does this. He does a pull-off. He pulls the song off. I can't quite do it because it's too much noise. And then he goes like this. And then he goes like this. What's up, Studio 8H? Welcome to the show. Good to see you last night on Mediocre Films when we did Bad Movies Live. Welcome.
Live from LA, it's AFT. Starring Is This Will, K-Grid, Aeon Olita, OCW 5000, 420 artists, Raccoon Raiders, and now introducing Studio 8H.
That was beautiful. Welcome to the show. What's going on? Well, I was talking about Justice Ketanji, well, soon to be Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson. Congratulations to her. She will be approved. She's been nominated. She just has to go through the rigmarole of trying to get dragged through the mud, like every justice gets. They get the fun mud dragging before they get to become the justice. Also, I was just playing guitar because you might know this song. Ooh, that sounds beautiful. Studio 8H, do you have any requests? I'll be happy to play whatever you request. Whatever song you request right now here on Aristotle Full Throttle, whatever it is, I will play it. I will play it for you right now on the show. Here, this show, this very show, this Aristotle show with the me on it. I don't know. I'm not Randy Rhoads. I tried to be one time. I was like, thank you. I gotta put the reverb on for that to make it sound better. I almost did it. Ah, my muscles don't remember how to play it. I've been playing drums way too much. So much pressure, he says. He's under pressure. See what I did there? See how that? We did it. We did it. You and me, Studio 8H, we did it. We managed to play under pressure. And then not to be confused with Vanilla Ice, which is... This was very, very distinct. It was... Okay? Don't confuse this with this. Okay? whatever you do, now that you're dismantling a active nuclear weapon right now, okay? Now you got to pick this one. Not this one. Okay? Don't mess this up. Because they are very different. Do not mess this up. Because if you don't play that, and you play this instead, the whole world gets exploded. The moon will crash into the earth, and everyone dies because of you. Okay? This is very MacGruber. It really is. Speaking of MacGruber. Oh, wait. Let's see. I have it here. Hey. You're loco, man. I'm going to put that. Did it paste? Did I copy and paste that correctly? I hope that, yes, I would like to. Yes. Yeah, no. Copy. This is always going to be a thing that's on the Aristotle Full Throttle Show. Maybe I could make a t-shirt. I got to make a t-shirt, but it's got to say something that I say. Ready? You're a loco, man. Thank you. Friday. Let's hear Friday by Rebecca Black. I think it's Rebecca Black, but let's okay, ready? I gotta turn the reverb off. Sorry. Then she says Friday. Oh. Now listen. I don't know. Is that right? Right? Something like that? Something like that. Rebecca, she comes in any minute now. I think she comes into the... Oh, I almost got killed by that artificial harmonic. See what you tried to do to me, Studio 8H? You almost killed me. I almost died. Of a heart attack singing that song by Rebecca Black. You might love that song. It's all right. That's a beautiful song. It's a beautiful song. How about some Anthrax? Anthrax is good. How about them? How about some Anthrax is what I say. How about it? I'll tell you a story, Studio 8H. I saw Scott Ian, the guitar player for Anthrax, sometimes singer. I saw him on the street. Actually, I didn't see him on the street. I saw him in the least rock and roll place you could possibly see. The dude from Anthrax, who is unmistakable, due to his 10-foot long goatee and bald head and his stature, which is probably not... I would not consider his stature to be grand. So I saw him. I was on a date, actually. I was going to get a sandwich in Malibu with a lady. This is like 2 years ago. And then I saw him. And I didn't want to geek out too hard in front of the lady who was a scientist. She's a science lady. So I was like, that's Scott Ian. And she said, excuse me? And I said, there's a band, and that's him. He's the guy with the gigantic goatee who looks like Scott Ian from Anthrax. That's him. And she said, I don't know that. I'm from Finland. And I said, I'm from Long Island, so I recognize a band from Queens in Malibu. And he got into his, I believe it was a Mercedes SUV. Might have been a Tesla. I can't remember. But he got into that and drove off. It was just us, Scott Ian, and I believe his partner. And I didn't say anything because I was trying to play it cool, you know. And on my date, I was like, oh, yeah, that's just Scott Ian, a big rock star from the Big Four, you know. Anthrax, Megadeth, Metallica, Slayer, you know. That's how I ended this conversation. That was my Scott Ian moment. I got to tell you, though, it was pretty cool to meet Jerry Cantrell the other day. Jerry Cantrell, you know. He's so good. He's so juicy. He's got like gravy. The dude pours gravy on his notes. He doesn't have to play a lot of notes very fast, but he does like a... He does a really cool run on that song, too. I forget how it goes. It goes like this. Thank you. That's two. That's too much. It's too much overdrive. Well, that's better. That was a song I wrote in second grade, but then White Zombie stole it. Yeah. It was a 1965. Yeah. Studio 88 says in the comments, speaking of Cantrell, it was just announced they're coming to play Minnesota State Fair this fall. That's amazing. Minnesota State Fair. Too bad you're in Texas, Studio 8H. You know, I just love hanging out here with you and letting you know why I think songs are great. Look, Rick Beato's got a whole trademark on what makes this song great, you know? I can tell you what makes songs great. Just pick a song. Just pick a song and I'll tell you why it's great. Okay, Rebecca Black, Friday. You know, I have only heard that song once. So I just remember the part where it goes, it's Friday, Friday, Friday. I managed to avoid that song. There was that song, and I managed to avoid Barbie Girl for years. Because this is what happened. Everybody would be like, there's that song, I'm a Barbie Girl. And I'm like, I don't know it. And they're like, it's so annoying. I'm a Barbie girl. Or whatever, however it goes. And I was like, I've never heard it. And they're like, you haven't heard it? It's played every 3 seconds all the time. I'm like, thankfully, I've managed to avoid it. I managed to avoid that song for at least 5 or 6 years. I never heard it. And just people were like, oh my God, that song, Barbie Girl. And I'm like, I don't know it. I'm so happy I don't listen to the same things that you listen to. Yes, indeed, Studio 8H. It was Barbie Girl by Akuya. I think that's how you say that. And it's like Daniel Kaluuya. And I said, thankfully, I just don't know how that song goes. You're welcome. I just didn't know how that song goes. I was just stealing that song from Led Zeppelin, who stole it from someone else. So it's okay. It's okay if I do it. Yeah, then it goes. Something like that. Sounds. Believe it or not, I played that even sloppier than Jimmy Page. Never heard of Led Zeppelin. Do they sound like Aqua? Says Studio 8H. Yes. I mean, who doesn't sound like Aqua? This is a song from Barbie Girl. Ooh, yeah. Who needs tuning? Who? Don't tune, just play. Thank you. I like to play the tuning song for half the show. The other half of the show, I like to make fun of Aqua. Well, it's a happy Monday. I do love Monday. Do you like Monday? It's just another day. Yeah, me too, Mondays. Well, remember the Happy Mondays? That was a band. Remember the Sugar Cubes? That was a band with Bjork. I actually saw a preview the other day for a movie that's coming out, and Bjork is in it. It's about Vikings, of course. Now, if you're going to go Scandinavian, and technically Iceland is Scandinavian, sort of. It kind of is, sort of, Scandinavish. And Bjork's actually in the movie because somebody was like, well, we're dealing with Vikings. We need Bjorkensson, Bjorkensdatter, to be in this. Studio 8H says, never heard of what. Studio 8H also says, tuning, such a waste of time. I totally agree. Who needs tuning? You can't tune a fish. You can tune a piano, but you can't tune a fish. Bjork is back, but Bjork is back better than ever because she's going to play a Viking in the Viking times. And that movie looked pretty cool. I was like, look, it's a bunch of primordial white folks. And I was like, that's cool. Primordial, I said. It's got the Sarsgaards in it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. If you're gonna have Vikings, you gotta have Skarsgård. Skarsgårdsson, I think is his name. I came up with a song the other day. That's how it goes, I think. That's a hit. Studio 80 says you would have to have multiple Sarsgaards. Yeah, you'd have to have a Sarsgaard over your Skarsgård in order in case you. Did you ever? You see this Studio 8H? Remember when Peter Sarsgaard did the Sarsgaard on SNL for his monologue? He said it was like a mask you can wear so you cannot catch SARS. It's very timely. I'm sure it's held up well. But he said it's the Peter Sarsgaard Sarsgaard. So you wouldn't have to like catch SARS. You know what I'm saying? That sounds very augmented. Sounds very augmented. Speaking of augmented, what are you having for dinner? Studio 8H says, your song you wrote sounds like a song by the Pixies off the Trompe de le Monde album. How do you know they didn't copy my song? How do you know that they didn't listen to my brainwaves from 30 years ago when the Pixies were popular? You don't. There's no way to not unprove that. That was a very funny bit. Yes. I got my weekly spending report. I spent $130 last week. That's outside my budget. Shouldn't spend that much money. But most of it was food, I think. I think at least half of that was for food for my face. You gotta eat food. I do it almost every day. It's all right. In fact, I love food. If you are a foodie, see, I'm a vegetarian, but I think a lot of people wouldn't consider a vegetarian a foodie. But you can be a foodie and a vegetarian. I'll tell you why. In a second, hold on. Let me just eat this steak. I'm a vegetarian, but I do love cuisine. And there are so many options of cuisine that are not animal flesh. It's true. There, in fact, is more options that are not animal flesh. I said that 4 times just to get the point across. There are more options than that. And I think that that's totally legitimate. Except, though, if I'm in, like, Iberia, I'm going to eat Iberian ham because they said, you know, you should try the Iberian ham at least once in your life. I actually went to the oldest place. It's like in Sevilla, Spain. It's the oldest place where you could, like the oldest bar or restaurant or whatever it is. And it was old. It was grimy. They had entire half pigs hanging from the ceiling, covered in like pepper and salt and stuff, because, you know, it's the Iberians. Just covered in a dry rub. And it was a little bit disturbing, but I did eat it. I would eat it, and I do eat it. First you are tuning, then you are eating. This is how... Who needs to eat, who needs to tune? I'm just going to try to live off of sun waves. This is a half step higher. That's a pretty cool riff, because that right there, that's 3.1. Remember this here? 3.4. 3.1? 3.4. Okay? Which one was that? We're doing math today on Aristotle Full Throttle. Thanks for indulging me and just hanging out here. I'm going to have more guests, so there'll be more to talk about. But hopefully this is amusing you somehow, I guess. Maybe I should just find something and make fun of it. I should find something and be angry about it, and then that way people will listen, instead of being like, hey, what makes this song great? Because Chris Beato already has that one. Rick Beato already has that down. That's his shtick. I was playing this song today. Let's play that on the drums, because it's easy and it's fun. Maybe I'll just play the drums from now on. I'll be over there. We got 15 minutes. I'll be over there playing drums. I'm excited. I've been playing the drums for a year and a half now, and it's really a good way to mentally focus for me. If there's a thing that you have every day to focus on that gets you out of being future or past orientated, if you're thinking about the moment that you're in, it's called the state of flow. It's measurable by science. Science can take a ruler to it, the science ruler, and they say, this is the state of flow. A lot of athletes, a lot of people who have a passion, a lot of artists, musicians, painters, anybody, whatever your profession is, whatever gives you a state of flow. For a while, I was gardening, and that put me in a state of flow. So if you could find a thing that does that, that's a way for you to not give up, as they say. But you don't have to take my word for it. I'm just saying, you got to find a thing. Stop trying to think about the future, because the future's uncertain. If we learned anything from Terminator 2, the future is not set. There's no fate but what we make. And I swear by Terminator 2 and live by Terminator 2, because in 2029, all is going to hit the fan. We saw that. We saw what happens in 2029. So anyway, just find, everybody's getting ready to prepare for something that's going to happen at some point for their lives, but it's uncertain, okay? Just be ready for it to happen, but don't wait for it to happen. Just do the thing you're doing right now, which is listening to the Aristotle Full Throttle Show, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. Come hang out with me, and, maybe I'll give you a little boost for your day.
It's a riddle.
I just think that if I get back on the subject of today about Ketanji Brown Jackson being nominated for justice, for the Supreme Court justice, you got to say, it's been a couple hundred years. We just got to start making government look like the population. The representative government look like the people it is representing. You know what I mean? It seems pretty straightforward. It seems like the way to go. It seems like the smart idea. But it's hard, because when people are in power, when people are the ruling class, they don't say, hey, why don't I give you a chance while I'm rich and sitting on my mountain of cash and everything in society benefits me. I'm talking about like old white dudes, they're like, hey, everything seems great from my perspective. And, after a while, you're like, okay, well, can I just get a chance? Can someone else get a chance? But I believe that, you got to work hard. You got to work hard. Some people have to work harder than others. Some people have opportunities given to them. Some people have to seek out, and nail down opportunities, which is one way of doing it, which is my way of doing it. And when I say how to succeed and how not to give up, that's pretty much it. If you've got a thing that gives you flow, the thing that makes you feel the most present in life, if you want your life to last longer, why don't you do that every day instead of waiting for your job to end? I'm just saying, quit your job, go be a hippie, go live in a van down by the river, climb mountains for fun, eat a banana, and sleep by the ocean, because that's where you can find cake. Studio 8H says, do you watch Beato's YouTube channel? I find it okay. I check it out every now and then. Well, Studio 8H, you'll be delighted to learn that I went off on Rick Beato for the first part of the show, and I riffed on how he riffs on riffs. Check this out. I was like this, hey, you know what makes this song great? You know what? Listen, Studio 8H. You know this song that goes like this? It's great. One of my favorite songs is this one. And you know what makes this song great? First, they go like this. And then, after that, they do this. Then, they go back to this. Very heavy riff. Very heavy riff. That's what makes this song great. How am I doing? How's my Ricky Beats? Listen, we're going to make Ricky Beats a character on the show. I'm going to look like this. I'm going to wear sunglasses and be like, hey, I'm Ricky Beats. Check this out. I got a song right here for you. This is a song by, Smash Mouth. Let me tell you why this song is great. It's not. It's a terrible song. It's Smash Mouth. I'm not even going to play it for you. Okay? How about this song? You got this song. You know what makes this song great? I mean, what else can I say? Hey, Big Bobo 321, welcome to the Aristotle Full Throttle Show. I, today, am telling everyone what makes this song great, trademark Rick Beato. Hey, and then this song is over. First, they start out like this. And then, they do this one. Hey, give me money. I'm Rick Beato. 1 million views on that. And then you know what he can do? He can actually say that this is an educational show, and I'm just showing how riffs work. Thank you. That's how the song goes. Big Bobo 321, welcome to the show. I'm just making fun of Rick Beato. I watch his show too. I watch his channel, and I don't understand how he diagnoses songs as great. I mean, they're great songs he picks, but then he just goes, he just plays the riffs. He's like, look, I can play this riff. You know that song by Radiohead that goes like this? It's great. What makes this song great? The riff. I don't know. I really don't know. I feel like I could have a more of a... You know what I'm going to put? I'm going to do a show called Why I Like This Song. Which is not necessarily why the song is great. It doesn't have to be great. It's why I like the song. That's better. That's actually a better approach. Like, for instance, I like this song because it goes like this. I can tell you why I like that part, because it changed. This part is chromatic. It's chromatic. It's very Radiohead. It changes the tonality. It changes. Goes from minor. It's like a very major. It's a major, minor, minor, major thing, and Radiohead loves to do that. They do that in here. Wait for it. They like to do that. They like to play around with the tonal center and make it major sometimes and make it minor sometimes. And it does a little trick on the ears. And we go, wait a second, I was hanging out in minor and now we're major? I was hanging out in Sad Town and now we're happy? That's why I like that song. Studio 88 says, did you see Foo is going to release a full movie soundtrack to Studio 666 this Friday? Supposedly, it's supposed to be the soundtrack the band was working on before they got killed in the movie. Holy crap, I'm going to listen to that. I'm sure it's going to be lots of riffs. I got to say, it was fun to watch that movie, Studio 666. Especially if you're a Foo Fighters fan, you'll like it. If you've been in a band, you might find it funny because like they have like a band dynamic. I personally thought that the dude, Rami, I didn't understand who Rami was. I was like, who is this guy? I didn't accept Rami. And he's been in the band for like 12 years. And for me, he's still the new guy. Rami, you're the new guy. But guess what? Rami was hilarious in the movie. Wesley Plotke wants me to play a song called Porch. But there's a song, Porch. I mean, it's a very elementary song. I'm just going to say Wesley Plotke. And today's show is Aristotle Full Throttle says why he likes songs. But I'll have to play your intro first, Wesley. Welcome to the show.
Wesley.
Corn Pop was a bad dude.
Here, have a sip, Wesley. You're welcome. Porch is a song written by Edward Vedder because he apparently only knew 2 chords at the time, which were... And that's Porch in a nutshell. Nutshell also is a song that goes like this. That's a song by Alice in Chains. A band that I would argue has more good songs than Pearl Jam. More good albums for sure. Listen, not to diss Pearl Jam. I loved Pearl Jam when I was your age, Wesley. Take a good look. This could be the day. Hold my hand. Walk beside me. I just need to say. And then they do that for like 20 minutes. Speaking of changing minor to major. Yeah, that was Porch. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. That was Porch. Let me just tell you why this song is great, okay? You got this, and then you got this, right? He puts them together. Right? Let me just tell you why that song is great. Because then it goes like this. Major chords. I'm not putting down major chords. I'm just saying that it's a good song. Wesley, listen to me. Wesley, come here. Come here. Now, I know your dad loves Pearl Jam, right? Pearl Jam's a great band. Got nothing against them other than the fact they haven't come out with anything good for the last 22 years. But I'm just saying, maybe 25 years. Okay, but listen, Wesley, everything's fine. Listen to me, though. Listen to me. Go on YouTube and YouTube Elliott Smith, YouTube Phoebe Bridgers. Go YouTube these names, okay? YouTube, let's see, the Beatles. We're gonna go back. We're gonna go back. Listen, if you like the song Porch, go ahead and check out Alice in Chains. Okay. Also, there's a band called Soundgarden, came out around the same time. Between me and you, Wes, way better. Way better. Just saying. I'm just saying. Nothing against. This is the Pearl Jam. Incredible live band. One of the most incredible live bands that's ever walked the earth until about 1997. So I'm just saying, between me and you, Wesley, go ahead and do this. Do yourself a favor. Go listen to Jimi Hendrix and then listen to Jimi Hydrox. They're like the inversion of one another. There's another band, Wesley. So you gotta love Alice in Chains. Wesley, do you have a request for Alice in Chains? Because I'm happy to play any of them. Yes. Listen, Studio 8H has it right. Whatever you do, Wesley, go on YouTube, find a band called Aqua, and find the song that they have called Barbie Girl, and block it. Block that song. Just write, do not show me this again. Okay, you got to do the little drop down menu. I do not want to see videos like this. That's the option you choose for that. But also, listen, between me and you, Wesley, I'm just saying, we were talking about the Pixies earlier. Pixies have some really, really cool songs. Also, let me think. Let me go back to that era. And since then, because there's a lot of bands. Oh, yeah. Check out Nirvana. Great songs. Oh, I got lost in that song for a second. That's a band called the Foo Fighters who were good up until probably that album, and then we're like okay since then. They're pretty okay since then. They have like a couple really good songs since then, like Best of You and Pretender. Those are great songs. Rope is okay. It's pretty good. It's a pretty okay song. Listen, the Foo Fighters have maintained an above the bar okayness. They're okayness from Uranus, the planet Uranus. Hey, Wesley, also check out Stevie Wonder. There's a guy named Stevie Wonder. He's still around. Fantastic. Fantastic. Guy plays every instrument, can't even see. Doesn't have the gift of sight, but has this incredible musical ability to play every instrument. Stevie Wonder. He's good. Forget how that goes. You said request Alice in Chains, so your decision. Well, there's this song by Alice in Chains. I mean, that's pretty badass. They also have this. Oh, sorry. They've got a lot of cool songs. They also got a song that goes like this. Yeah. Wesley Plotke says, I'm cultured. I already know the artists you listed off. Yes, I know, Wesley. I know that you know a lot of the artists that I listed off. So let's list off some more. Who else is good, guys? David Bowie. Wesley Plotke. Check out David Bowie. His name is David Bowie. Check him out. Check out this. There's another guy named 9 Inch Nails. His name is 9 Inch Nails. You'll like that. But maybe don't YouTube the videos quite yet. Maybe wait a few years before you watch the videos. Also, there's whatever you do, avoid people like Tom Waits. It's a waste of time. I'm telling you. But do listen to Leonard Cohen. Listen to that, but not Tom Waits. Tom Waits, come on. Get out of here, Tom Waits. Tom Waits, everybody thinks you got this whole thing. No, I don't. I'm not buying it. Also, Wesley Plotke, go on your Spotify and block the artist Arcade Fire and also block the artist Wilco because they're terrible. They're both bad bands. Take it from me. Nobody listens to those bands. They're horrible. Even if someone says they listen to them, just tell them you got bad taste. My name's WP, and I know what I'm talking about. I like good music, and that's why I don't listen to Arcade Fire. Just tell them that. Also, this is great. I'm influencing today's youth. So also, you know how Pearl Jam loves Neil Young and he's their idol? It's because he's better than Pearl Jam, so you should listen to Neil Young. I'm just saying. He's an incredible musician and songwriter, and he was in and out of a group called Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. You want to go check that band out today. Okay? Today, go on the internet and check out Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, but also Crosby, Stills and Nash, and also sometimes Crosby, Nash, and sometimes check out Buffalo Springfield. If you want to hear a song where they go like this. He does that with his. You know what makes this song great? Is that Stephen Stills is such a great guitar player. He goes like this. He takes the volume on his guitar when he plays. And he turns the song up and down when he's playing that. He turns his guitar up and down. He's rolling this knob, which is a volume knob. So when he plays the note, he goes like this. It's kind of a little trick, you know? That's what makes that song great. That's why I like the song. Not what makes the song great. I don't know what makes the song great or not. That's an opinion, but I like the song because of the reasons. Also, the message of that song is quite good. Studio 8H says, if you are cultured, Wesley, do you know Culture Club? Yes, that is worth the dive. Studio 8H is, listen, if you want to go 80s, check out Culture Club. Check out, but not Gucci Gang. Gucci Gang. Maybe Gucci Gang. Actually, you might want to check out some. Listen, Drake is kind of a dope, but you want to listen to a little bit of it just to know what's going on. Also, Kendrick Lamar won the Pulitzer Prize for his lyrics, so you want to listen to Kendrick Lamar. Also, Wesley, if you want to know what's good right now, Anderson .Paak is really good right now. I think Anderson .Paak is one of the most talented musicians alive currently, and also making music. These are great bands, great artists. Also, you want to listen to Sia as far as popular groups go, but there's also bands like Bat for Lashes and what Cat Power. Does anybody listen to Cat Power anymore? Let me just go through let's just share with you. And also, Wesley, if you like Scandinavian heavy metal, check out this band called Vola. There's another band. They're called VOLA, okay? And they sing very pretty, melodic, heavy songs. And they sound so good. They just sound good inside your ears. And Wesley, if you're going to listen to any band after today, it has to be the band Tool. Listen to the band Tool. Don't get it confused with King Crimson, but you can listen to them too. But just, they're not as good as Tool. So listen to Tool as much as you possibly can. King Kunta Prabhu, Kendrick's best song. Wesley spitting fire with the knowledge of Kendrick. I know your dad is a big fan of 100% That Lady. She's a singer. Why can't I think of it? But yeah. See? At least there's good music in the house. I'm kidding. Pearl Jam's fine. Something like that. Pearl Jam is fine. Up until 1995. Lizzo, thank you for that. Lizzo is quite good. She's 100% that good. Also, Wesley, one day you'll be able to listen to Cardi B. I find her amusing. Yeah. Well, that sounds trippy, right? I got a letter in the mail today. Good night, everybody. I'm kidding. I got a letter in the mail that told me that I have to sign something and then mail it back. And I was like, it's 2022. Do I have to sincerely mail that back? Because it's 2022. Can't I just say, just do it? Can't I just sign it on my computer? Can I just put my thumbprint on your eyeball or something? Can't we sort this out? How many times have you had to sign something and mail it back in the last year or two? I'm going to part my hair down the middle. There we go. Look at me. I'm like Apple D App. I'm like listen, just put me in, coach. I'm ready to play in Black Eyed Peas right now. Check me out. I'm Apple D App. Look, just put me right in. I could be a Black Eyed Pea. See? I'm one of them. You wouldn't even notice. If I ran up on stage right now with the Black Eyed Peas, you wouldn't think anything different. You would not see anything out of place. You wouldn't even guess. Because you're like, they used to have Fergie. Fergie's gone. But they got will.i.am. And then they got the other two guys. But why not three? It could be me. I could be the third Apple D App. I could be Apple D Apple Mac. I could be Windows OS. Apple D App and OS X on stage right now. Seems that OS X doesn't know the dance steps. Seems he hasn't rehearsed. He's definitely not a singer. But look at his haircut. I think you would be better as a Root. Maybe I could be in the Roots. Ben, the bass player, left the Roots. What's his name? Ben Kenny? And he joined Incu Stank. He joined Incu Stank for that album, Crow Left of the Murder. This is years ago. He joined the band and left the Roots. So now he's an Incubus. He's not a Root. But I could be a Root. I agree. Why don't I be a Root instead? I mean, look at my haircut. Is Cody Chestnut going to make fun of me if we drop his baby girl tonight? You ever listen to the lyrics of that song? The Seed? They're not good. In the sense that, not that they're like, they should be censored or anything. They're just not good lyrics. I don't care. I don't care about censorship as long as the lyrics are good. Like Cardi B, great lyrics. I don't care. I don't care that she uses words that are considered by some profane. But again, this is just like,
Yeah, well, that's just like your opinion, man.
no words or sounds are profane other than the sound of children crying. I hate that sound. That's why I don't have kids. I'm kidding! No, I mean that's for real. Right now, there are people suffering in Ukraine, and I don't know what we could do. I don't know what to do. But we should have our hearts go out to those folks who have been displaced from their homes, who've been killed needlessly, all because of one guy wants a thing, you know? What kind of world are we living in where this can go on? Not the kind of world I want to perpetuate. So let's do good things. Let's kind of like... The next time you want to punch someone in the mouth, kick them in the shin instead. It doesn't hurt as much, maybe. It won't leave as much as a mark. Just saying, dial it back a little bit, okay? Pay it forward and dial it back and be good. And look at this haircut. I mean, hopefully this is the thumbnail for this video. You guys are wonderful. Keep moving forward. Every little step, every little thing she does is magic. Also, every little step I take. You know Bobby Brown? Wesley, go look up Bobby Brown. Go look up New Edition. Go look up Keith Sweat. Okay? Go look up, write these down. Write this down. Run DMC. Write this down. Wesley. Blondie. Okay. Write this down, Wesley. I know I talked about Led Zeppelin stealing a lot of stuff, but they did a lot of cool stuff. Listen to And the Song Remains the Same. Wesley, listen to what song is that? How's that song go? This is the After Hours Aristotle Full Throttle. I forget. Belle Biv DeVoe. Yeah, listen to Belle Biv DeVoe. That girl is poison. Also, listen to the Beatles. Listen to the Beatles. Listen to every song by the Beatles 5 times. And then I think you'll have a good jumping off point. Listen to every album by the Beatles 5 times. Starting now. It's a 16-week project. 1 a week. Get back to me on that. Also listen to, who else? There's lots of good artists. Don't listen to Bette Midler, but she's a good singer. If you love Aqua, you will love the Beatles. It is true, Studio H. If you love Aqua, yeah. You can find some obscure stuff out there, too. Listen to Radiohead. I know your dad hates Radiohead, but you gotta listen to Radiohead. Gotta listen to Radiohead. I hope that your dad finds you listening to Radiohead. Listen to Radiohead. Listen to Radiohead. If you go through the decades, it's like the Beatles, the 70s, I don't know. Pink Floyd. Listen to Pink Floyd. The 80s. Who was the Pink Floyd of the 80s? You can listen to Yes. Listen to Yes. Listen to King Crimson. Listen to Kansas. Who was the Pink Floyd of the 80s? They kind of were a little bit. The 90s, though, Tool and Radiohead, you should listen to those bands. And then the 2000s, you should also listen to Radiohead from the 2000s. And there's a lot of good bands from that era. Listen to My Chemical Romance. Good band. Listen to My Chemical Romance and AFI. If you don't like AFI, I understand. It's acquired taste. Listen to Rush. Listen to Rush from the 80s. And then in the 90s, just listen to everything from 1990 to 1994. Listen to everything from that era. Every major release. Because you got Guns N' Roses to Nirvana in that era. It's crazy. It was a crazy time to be alive and like music. All right, well, that's it. Do those things. By tomorrow morning, I would like for you to listen to all of those.